Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Barnon11970. Thank you as always for watching my video. And we're getting back into gold and silver again. Haven't made a video about gold and silver in a little while because it's been stagnant. And for those of you who saw my video that I made a couple of weeks ago, I was telling people, look for a situation to happen either on or right around the 21st of June. And as you can see, the market has basically gone into a tailspin one day before the day I predicted. Now, that still could mean there could be more coming tomorrow, but today I made a purchase of gold and silver. I haven't made a purchase since April, and I want to describe what I did for some of the people out there, because there are so many people saying I don't know what I'm talking about and I don't know what I'm doing, and people are entitled to their opinions, and that's absolutely fine. But I'm going to explain the situation and show how I actually came out ahead with this, even with these drops. If you guys remember back in April, I think it was April 14th or somewhere in that week, where they hammered the metals to, I think it was at the time about 23 or something like that for silver. Well, and gold got hammered as well. I don't remember how much it was at that time. I think it was like just above 1400 and change, about 1450, somewhere in that area. But while most people were buying up, which I did make a purchase, I actually, so for those of you who've been following my channel since the beginning, and there's a couple, and I have a video posted, you'll see the majority of the gold and silver that I bought back in the day, between 2006 and 2010, were graded. They were either by NGC or PCGS graded gold and silver coins. So while the price was dropping, I knew that was a good time to sell a couple of my graded coins, sit on it, and wait for this very dip to come. So just to show you guys, I sold only 2 ounces of gold total. One 1-ounce gold coin, and the rest were 1/10 ounces. I sold the gold 1-ounce coin for $17.99. This is back in April. I paid, what did I pay for it? $800 for it at the time. The 10 1/10-ounce coins, gold coins that I sold, the average price was about $245 a piece. I paid an average of about 90 to 110 a piece. So I doubled my money. And I knew, because if you watch how these markets work long term, this is why I don't worry about the short term stuff. It's almost predictable. Now, of course, you can't get everything right. So for the naysayers and nitpickers out there, even a broken clock is right at least twice a day. So, people can always say, oh, I made a prediction 2 years ago and it came true. Eventually something can happen. So when I said that it's highly unlikely that silver would ever go down to the teens, but even, I'll admit that I was wrong about that, but I'm happy about it, because now I'm able to purchase silver that I couldn't purchase back in the days, because I was spending higher premiums at that time anyway for the graded coins. So I wasn't buying gold and silver bars or gold and silver rounds. I was all exclusively buying graded coins, which is advantageous to me these days, because while everybody was getting the gold and silver bars at that time, I was getting the graded coins and I could sell them. And like I said, 2 ounces of gold and 1 piece silver dollar that I sold that was graded. And I think I sold it for $79 or $80. I paid like $35 for it. So I waited because I knew right around the 21st of June, because it's just a power date. People, you could believe whatever you want. That's absolutely fine. I'm not here to convince anybody of anything. But I knew that it was going to happen. Now, I didn't know what exactly was going to happen. I mean, like I said, I'm not part of the system, and I'm not claiming to be psychic or anything. So I'm not going to say, oh, well, at 3:57 p.m. on a Thursday, it's going to rain for 5 seconds and then all of a sudden snow. I'm not here to make predictions like that. I'm checking how the market is. So can it go even lower tomorrow? I think that's a good possibility, but I bought today because of the fact I don't want to take the chance, because you might see people, especially in China and in the Asian market tonight, might start buying at these dips because they love to be buying at these discounted prices. And you can also see a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago, where China, they were showing clips of all these Asian markets of people flooding the stores to buy gold. And I could see somebody like Bernanke kind of sticking it to Asia and saying, all right, let's lower it even further right after they made those large purchases. But it doesn't stop China. Um, they have infinite amount of income considering they're buying all of our debt, and they got money to buy, and they're going to. I can almost guarantee it. But if you saw like they did last year, when I was telling people around June again, when it hit 26, I was telling people buy at that time. It's going to stay stagnant for the summer, and then near the end of the summer, you're going to see it raise again. And I really think that's what's going to happen again this summer. The next couple of days, you're going to see, obviously, because it's not just the gold and silver. The markets plunged today. We had the Dow Jones down 354 points. The Nasdaq down 78, the S&P 500 down 41. Now remember, the prices that you're seeing for gold and silver is based on the SLV and the GLD, the paper price. Now I'm not going to sit here and say it doesn't affect the physical price, but it's not the physical demand that's short. It's just they're pumping paper gold and silver into the market, and that's going to flood the market, and people are going to panic, and they're going to sell. And then you hear Ben Bernanke talking about the fact, and they've done this before. This is just another one of those smoke and mirror things where they're talking about potential stopping or at least lowering the quantity of quantitative easing before the end of the year. They've been saying this since January. And the sad part is the public reacts to it every single time, as you could see here. So it's not only gold and silver, it's the entire market. They're nervous right now. The average person listens to what the news channels on the television program them into believing. They listen to the propaganda. They don't study the stuff. They don't know the difference between currency and money. That's why when you even see, if you go to like marketwatch.com, they'll have advertisements, or they'll actually do news clippings of people talking about, the Fed printing money. The Fed is not printing money. They're creating currency out of thin air. Another thing I want to show you guys, I found another website to buy gold and silver. And I have never dealt with these people before. It's my first time, but I'm going to tell everybody right now, it's the cheapest price I've seen. They are 1% of spot for their gold and silver. The people there are amazing. And I ended up talking to one of the guys because I think they don't get to hear very many people that really know what's going on. So the guy, his name is Richard Davis. He was the guy that helped me. We were talking for like back and forth for like 20 minutes, and I think he was loving the fact of all the things that I knew. So he wanted to help me out, and I want to show you guys. They have free shipping. The best prices, even better than Goldmart, because I was telling everybody go to Goldmart for a while because that was the cheapest I could find as far as bullion was concerned. This place is even a little bit cheaper, and they offer free shipping. And this guy made a deal with me, and it's going to help my subscribers. So if you mention that you came from my channel, Chris from Barnun11970's YouTube channel, if you order $2,500 or more worth of any kind of bullion, they'll give you a free Silver Eagle. Now, I'm not affiliated with these people. I don't work for these people. I'm not making commission off of this. I just am one of those people, when I talk to new businesses, I like to let them know I have a YouTube channel because I know people that followed me a while ago, Gainesville Coins actually used my old channel, Barnun11967, as a free shipping code for their business. So I like to talk to these companies, and if you talk to the right people, they will work with you. So if you're looking to buy gold and silver, let me give you the number to this place, and I'll give you the website and his personal email address. The only way you will qualify for the free Silver Eagle is if you contact Richard Davis himself, the guy who dealt with me, and let him know that you're coming from me, from my YouTube channel. So Chris from Barnun11970. The phone number is 1-800-564-8189, and his direct extension is 367. It's over in California, so he's there roughly from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. His email address, and I'll put all this stuff in the link below so you could check it just in case. It's the letter R, Davis, D-A-V-I-S, at Merit, M-E-R-I-T, financial.com. And of course, I'll post that for you. The website is meritgold.com. But don't go on the website. Deal with him directly either via email or call him. And again, his extension is 367, and let him know that you spoke to Chris from Barn on 11970. And if you buy over $2,500 worth of gold, silver, whatever, 90% silver they have graded coins, you'll get a free Silver Eagle. Now, like I said, I'm not getting paid for this, but I mean, I'm here, I have integrity, so I'm going to let people know if somebody does do that, not only do they get the free silver coin, I get a free silver coin too. So I think that's fair, and I don't think anybody has a problem with that. But hey, if you guys can get a free ounce of silver while you're also taking advantage of these dips, why not? So I'm really thinking the next time you're going to see the prices rise, because this is just another one of those things where I've been warning people for a while. This is the start of that pullback for that pinball machine, and it's soon ready to let go. Now, soon doesn't mean tomorrow, it doesn't mean next week, and it definitely doesn't mean next month. I'm suggesting that you're not going to see any price increases in gold and silver until, again, around September 21st. Again, that's another point, a power point. So maybe the 20th, maybe the 22nd, or directly on the 21st. The reason they don't always have it on the same exact day is because if you saw every year, you saw a dramatic increase or a dramatic decrease on a certain day, or tragic events always happen on a certain day, people start to get suspicious. So it might be a day or two beforehand. So I really think at this point, tomorrow again, you might see another little dip. That depends on Asia. If tonight they start buying, that dip might not happen. But I think it's going to be the same like last year. The whole summer, you're going to see kind of little bits here and there, but it's pretty much going to stay stagnant to get people bored and lull them to sleep again. And then probably around September, like I said, around September 21st. So mark that down. You'll probably see it start rising. There's no way they're going to stop printing, and if they do, it's the end game just starting. So Bernanke is, he's talking out his rear end at this point. But the people listen, and you could see by the market how they reacted to it. So as far as that website, I'm not going to mention how much I bought. I didn't buy thousands of ounces or anything like that. I got enough just to be happy, but I waited a couple of months. I knew this was coming. Obviously, there's no guarantees in life, but sometimes you could predict when they do the same thing over and over again. So this is temporary. Don't panic if you think you're losing money. You're not losing if you don't sell, especially if you're getting silver and gold for the protection of the future against inflation or the problems with the U.S. currency or any currency around the world. So think long term. All right, so when people will make their comments and say, oh, look at silver, how far it's gone down, you should be upset. I'm not upset. I'm buying at lower prices than I ever could buy before. So I say bring it on. The rest are always thinking short term and they think you're losing. I haven't lost a dime yet. And like I said, I took some of my graded coins, made a huge profit on them, and ended up buying more gold and silver than I originally started with. So I guess I can't be doing that bad. So hang in there. Don't worry about the haters. Don't worry about what the television says and the news media, because they're there to get you to do everything based on emotion and panic. And that's when people sell when it's low and buy when it's high, when it's supposed to be the opposite. Because when it's low, it stays stagnant. Nobody talks about it. It's not until it starts rising that you'll see everybody getting back on the boat. They did that same thing with the Bitcoins last year. For a year, it was stagnant. Nobody talked about it. Then all of a sudden it started rising to record highs. Now everybody was on the Bitcoin bandwagon, and all the people that bought in at the bottom sold at the top. And then how many people are talking about it now? So gold and silver will have its day. I really think it'll either be by the end of this year, which I don't think will happen, but it's a possibility. But I think before the end of 2014, you're going to see some big rises in gold and silver. So again, I don't have a crystal ball, so I'm sorry if you're looking for exact numbers or exact times. I can't give them to you, but at least I'm not afraid to make a call, even if I'm not right all the time. But this one shows that we're on the right track. So thanks for watching, guys. Leave your messages after the beep, and keep your stacking physical. Peace.